Hello everyone and welcome to the 197th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as retired YouTuber BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and dare I say, Elven clan buddy?
You dare say? I'm rocking...
based on the fit?
Rocking a cheeky Attack on Titan Scout's cape. So I'm feeling... Because it is truly bone-chillingly cold where I am right now. My flat does not have double-glazed windows, so I have to protect myself.
I was thinking more of like a Legolas vibe. Like you could disguise yourself in the trees.
I'll take that over what I said.
Yeah, arguably way cooler somehow. But yeah, I mean it's a look though. You know, I have to say you come to these pods with various dope looks.
Thank you. That's what I aim to contribute most of the time.
That is your main purpose in life. Look fresh AF.
Look fresh AF that no one can see.
Yeah, in an audio medium show. But yeah, we are back for, I hate to bemoan this point and remind everyone, but for like the fourth last episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast.
God.
Yeah.
Again, we'll get into it later.
It's kind of
get
brutal.
into the mushiness.
Yeah, but...
I skimmed the comments and some of them are a little sad.
No, I've specifically avoided the comments because I didn't want to. I don't know. I didn't want to bum myself out.
No announcements and such ever again.
Yeah, that's it. We never read any messages. But before we go though, for good, and by for good, who knows? Blah blah blah. Whatever. Disclaimers. Well, maybe there's more. Who knows? But before we go for good,
for legal purposes, I can't say I'll disappear. But
we did have to wrap up some loose ends, and I do think,
of course,
the next 3 episodes,
which is why we invite Benedict's mother.
You.
All right, and that's my time.
I've been Elven Cloak Man. Thank you very much. The other day actually, I did and this is a lesson in knowing your audience, I guess, but I did make a yo mama joke to one of my friends here, and I don't know if that's just like not the vibe of our friendship or something, but he looked at me like I just said completely unironically the yo mama joke that I had said. Like, he said something about.
I thought you were gonna say like, and I realized his mom was dead or something.
Based on the expression, she might as well have been, because he said something like, "Oh, we gotta get like 50 guys for something." It was like, what's your mom coming over? And he looked at me like I just betrayed the deepest part of his trust. So to him, I apologize publicly for that one. But anyway, in wrapping up loose
imagine
ends,
having to use your dying podcast as a medium to apologize for yo mama jokes.
Yeah, truly, these are the end times. In concluding things today, and I don't really know how we're gonna do this because there are a lot here still, but we are gonna wrap up the Dreamworks review saga. Because
is this going to end up being a mini reviews Dreamworks?
It may or may not be a mini reviews. I mean, to be fair, I've seen up until Turbo, because I was going to make a video on these. I had seen all of them. But post the Turbo era, as it's known in Hollywood.
Of course.
Yeah. There are a lot here that I've not seen.
The Turbo referendum.
Right. Like, who the fuck has seen Mr. Peabody and Sherman? You know what I mean? So I think we'll just...
Let's see. Mr. Peabody.
It's the one about the kid with the glasses and he's friends with a dog and they travel in time and do detective shit. It's actually really fucking awesome. I have seen it. It's my favorite movie.
This looks terrible.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so we'll glance over those. And but otherwise, we'll do this again. Go through the movies. Of course, your boy's coming with the trivia, fake and real. And you have to guess which one is the real one. This one will be
excited.
Tough.
Okay, I kind of doubt it the way you said that.
But without further ado, unless you got anything else going on, unless you got some like apologies publicly to make.
I don't have any yo mama jokes to talk about. I guess maybe I wanted to talk on the pod about this, but I don't know if that's more of a mini reviews segment. But then it might be kind of outdated, so I don't know if we want to wait to the announcements and such. But I feel we must address the latest. Misfits event. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Let's do it. Weirdly, YouTube boxing has been like a substantial part of our podcast, so we might as well. In the great words of, in the great words of Gandhi, this famous quote, "That shit was ass." Yeah, the Misfits Prime Card event, which as we've established here, the backstory. We used to very much be involved in the YouTube boxing thing because we were KSI fans. I did stay up to watch KSI vs. Logan Paul 2 on a I think it was actually on a weekday because I remember I had to I don't know. Anyway,
realizes he's actually the baddest boy.
Yeah, I think
that's actually on a school night.
Yeah, it actually wasn't even. I'm just remembering it's just because I had to do an assignment the next day. But I stayed up to watch that. We followed the scene, and then gradually I have lost interest, and it has become less interesting and more goofy. Also, because just I think you grow up.
It's taken itself a bit too seriously now and stuff like that.
And it's kind of. I mean, I'll be honest. I check out some of the highlights of these Misfits events, and they're kind of ass. Usually, I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing really to write home about. But this felt kind of like a throwback. It's KSI, it's Logan Paul. They're on the same card. It's kind of a nostalgic thing. So I did actually watch it. I did watch.
Oh,
so
you watched that? You watched it live?
I did watch it live, and
God. And I mean, in fairness, that was the plan that we were gonna do if everything.
Yeah, if everything had worked out. Ironically, just sadly, they were showing it in the cinema, and if you'd come to visit at that time, we would have gone. But also, I'm actually, in hindsight, I'm really fucking glad that didn't happen because that would have been such a fucking.
Because I hate you.
Yeah, because the event was awesome, but your presence would have ruined it. But it would have been such a fucking anticlimactic thing because those two main fights were some of the worst boxing events I've ever seen in my life.
Damn. And you've watched Deji fight.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, look, the Logan Paul Dillon Danis thing, I mean, it wasn't great. It was kind of semi-interesting because of, all the build-up and the meme and whatever of it all building up to that. But then it was also still anticlimactic because Dillon Danis, I mean, can I just say, and, this is not, of course, they could all beat me up, but Logan Paul, Dillon Danis, Tommy Fury, and KSI are all not good boxers, especially the first, the YouTuber crowd. Because Dillon Danis didn't throw any punches, and he just kind of he's not a boxer. Logan Paul looked fucking
just kind of
awful.
Went on the floor.
Yeah, he went on the floor. He tried to do a takedown, a guillotine. Logan Paul looked fucking terrible. No one's talking about that. Logan Paul looked fucking god awful. It was it's like he's never he was completely off balance. He was overthrowing everything. You've been.
So would you say his boxing when he fought KSI and Mayweather was miles better?
Maybe not miles, but genuinely the whole fight, every punch he threw looked like
a few meters.
When he fought Mayweather, there's the clip where he goes crazy and he fucking swings or whatever, and he's That's how he basically not with the same volume, but that's how he threw every single punch, just his fucking foot's flying over the place. He's almost slipping out the ring. It's how the fuck have you been talking all this shit about how you train and train? You're crazy and you're better than everyone else, and then you look like that. Oh my god.
And you look like a silly boy out there.
Again, could pummel me, of course, but what a fucking terrible boxer.
You say that,
well,
but at the same time,
I'm kind of a beast.
You've done some boxing, so
I got that dog in me.
You're kind of swole.
And then KSI and Tommy Fury was just so fucking boring. I mean, I was just hugging the clinching. Was
the techniques better there? Because I only saw a few highlights. I didn't see the full thing.
I guess the techniques were better, but they both just kept doing the same thing over and over again where KSI would throw a giant overhand right, it would miss, and then he would be in position to hold on, and then Tommy Fury would throw a jab and then follow up with a right hand and that would miss, and then he'd be in position to clinch, and they would do that for fucking 18 minutes, however long the fucking fight was. It was just, especially I think it's worse for Tommy Fury because I get it, it's hard to fight someone who's unorthodox, but he kept just smothering his own work. He would throw a jab and then he just fucking smush into him.
Yeah,
it's
if you just went for it,
you clearly got to keep some distance. And I don't know. And also KSI's behavior in the aftermath was pretty funny when he was. Do you see that?
No, I don't.
You didn't see it when he was how'd you win that? What the fuck? And he like a little toddler, he went over to the screen and kicked. He was yeah, I should have won that. It was genuinely very embarrassing. That's the problem with this YouTube boxing thing is that it started out as it's just kind of entertaining, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then, but now it's gotten to the point where they're actually trying to be good at boxing, and they're all fucking terrible at boxing.
That's they need to, maintain the degree of self-awareness and kind of silliness that they had in the beginning, because that's also what kind of made it fun.
Yeah, you kind of you can't be in this weird middle ground.
These YouTubers who are clearly doing all these crazy stupid antics of when they're doing the press conference and stuff that boxers would never actually do.
Yeah,
but now that they're trying to be serious with it, and then they're still saying and that's the kind of it makes it just overall a little bit more cringe. Some of the shit that KSI was saying in the press conference, it's
it's so
if
cringe.
he said that in the beginning with when he was fighting freaking
Joe
Weller or something like that, I'd be like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, no, it's like I listened to this fight, like an actual boxing podcast called The Fight Disciples, which is great, and they were talking about it, and they were like, clearly all these influencers have seen like a YouTube video, like highlight reel of like craziest boxing press conference moments, and so, which happens like once in a blue moon, which is what makes it like, you know, crazy when it happens, and they just decided to do that every single time, and like it's like 20 people on stage all trying to be Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, and like, oh, I saw a video where he threw a water bottle, so I'm gonna throw a water bottle in it, and like, of course they all push each other in the stare down now, because like that was the crazy moment when someone pushed someone in the stare down, so they have to do that, and then but then you get to the fight, and it's like, again, I guess it's my fault for being at all interested in like KSI versus Tommy Fury, but you get to the fight, and it's just like a really shitty amateur fight. Like if you didn't know who was involved, there isn't even like an entertainment value in just like, oh, these guys are having a bit of a scrap. It's just like two guys who aren't very good.
These guys are just slow dancing, if you will.
Genuinely, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm pretty confidently done with like, because I'm already kind of done with it, but that was sort of the nail in the coffin for like, fucking hell, why did I could have been watching a UFC prelims while I was doing this, but
you say that, but then if KSI Jake Paul happens now,
I guess I'd watch that one specifically.
That was the final nail in the coffin, but I'm definitely gonna be a gravedigger and dig that shit back up and watch it.
You know what? I was thinking about this. It reminds me a little bit of Marvel movies where I'm less interested in it over time, and I'm kind of thinking like, did it get like much worse, or did I just get older and I was just like kind of a kid? And I like with Marvel movies, I think it's kind of a combination of the two. Like I think the quality has gotten worse, and also as you grow up, you know, you are
losing the interest. So it's not the perfect balance that's happening right now.
No, but did you consume any of the Misfits content?
Not really. I know that Salt Poppy lost.
Devastating. I almost jumped out my window when Salt Poppy got KO'd by, of course, Slim.
I was truly devastated when I found out that Swarms was knocked out in 15 seconds.
Swarms did get slept. Also, my goat...
Swarms did get slept.
My goat, King Kenny, took an L, so that wasn't great.
We say we're not interested, but we're clearly super deep.
To be fair, there was one fight that was actually fucking great. It was these two guys called... And again, I've never fucking heard of these people from an influencer point of view, which, you know, I don't know. Make of that what you will. Like, it's sort of meant to be, you know, the whole point was it was like YouTubers who you've heard of. But it was Dean the Great and Waleed Sharks. Again, never fucking heard of them.
I feel like Dean the Great rings a bell, but
they put on a fucking awesome fight. Because they both actually, like, clearly have some kind of boxing experience. And so it's sort of like I feel like with this influencer thing, you either got to have two people, i.e. a Swarms, who have no fucking clue what they're doing, and they just have, like, a bit of a scrap. Or you have two people like Dean the Great and Waleed Sharks who clearly like are kind of good at boxing, and they can have like an actual fight instead of these weird kind of mismatches where it's like YouTuber who trains occasionally versus jiu-jitsu world champion, and like of course they're gonna have a fucking terrible fight. Like what did we expect? Why was I at all interested in this?
Truly.
God, I had my projector set up and everything. It was so cool. I told everyone that I watched the UFC the next day. They're like, "Oh, what'd you do last time?" I was like, "I watched the UFC." I've never even heard of Salt Poppy.
And now you're putting this out there so everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone know that I lied straight to their face. That's actually
what did you? Oh, yeah, actually just watched the UFC. Gulps.
Remembers the Slim KO.
Remember Swarms' fate.
Oh god.
So would you say that the two guys, Waleed Sharks and whatever Dean the Great? Do you think that if they, I don't know how big they are, but if they were to fight like Logan Paul or KSI, would they beat them?
If they were the same size, yes, but they're like a very small weight class. They're like 135 pounds. Even so, though, I honestly wouldn't. I would like not be surprised if. It's also because, you know, I don't know if you saw this, but like Logan Paul was talking about how he's way better than Jake Paul, and I can't believe I'm fucking talking about this like internet Paul drama. But there was a clip where he was like, I'm way better boxer, and like I don't think Jake Paul's good either. But he's infinitely fucking worse. Like, so obviously. Just like from the eye test. Like, a fucking baby could tell you who's the better boxer.
Yeah. It's just, the skill. Also, I don't know. I think the overall kind of approach they have to it, and like the press conferences that Jake Paul does. Again, I'm not a fan of the man at all. But I think they're more effective and they work better than what Logan does.
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of... I'll just say that it's all kind of cringe. You know what I mean? I think we can leave it at that. But if you enjoy it, that's all good. I mean, again, you know, because I know some people in our audience do actually like it, and we come on here and we say it's so cringe, whatever. I did actually watch it. You know, I got a bucket of popcorn, the UFC. And instead of the UFC, I did watch that. So you know what I mean? Like I can say all this all I want, but Misfits number 11, when FaZe Jarvis is fighting, I will be there.
A tough sentence to hear.
Yeah, that one kind of hurt to get out. God.
Also, was it just my imagination, or did Dillon Danis say in a post this fight that he would fight like John Jones and win?
yeah, but he's just like, no one should give him attention anymore because he's just like, he clearly just did all this with the intention of getting DQ. Like I was surprised he didn't pull the guillotine in the first round because clearly he can't box. So I thought he was just gonna like try to meme his way out of it and like go for a takedown and get disqualified, then like end it like that. So like the fact that he couldn't even do that, you know, he couldn't even like get disqualified right is like embarrassing.
Honestly,
God. Anyway, Dreamworks.
Anyways, moving on.
Megamind. Yeah, so that was 20 minutes.
Anyways, the Turbo era.
Yeah, that was 20 minutes on Swarms' boxing future. But with that in mind,
non-existent that is.
Yeah, not looking promising.
I feel like we went from Swarms being terrible to Swarms being the GOAT and knocking someone out, and then Swarms getting knocked out immediately.
Yeah. And
what a roller coaster of a boxing career.
Losing a points decision to Deji. So I don't know how one comes back from that.
Not the best.
God. Anyway, Dreamworks movies. There are time codes down below, by the way. I probably should have said those at the top. Spoilers for all of these. Let's go. First up, Megamind.
Ooh.
Megamind. What are we saying about Megamind?
There's such a jarring switch.
I'm not even going to give you like a slight transition. Just what the fuck do you think of Will Ferrell's 2011 comedy masterpiece Megamind?
Honestly, kind of great. I really do enjoy it. Kind of great. Megamind, fun main character, fun villain, even more fun as the hero. Got some sympathetic times as well. The fat nerd he turned superhero. Is that Jonah Hill, by the way?
That is Jonah Hill, yes.
Yeah, also very funny and kind of slimy. I like it. And overall, I mean, definitely not my favorite, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's worth it has its merit. I do remember, and I don't know why, but as a kid, I was not into this movie at all. And I think it could be because I took a side in the legendary Megamind v Despicable Me war of whatever year those two came out.
Realize that was a thing. Was that a...
That was a thing.
Was that a big thing?
That was the original Barbenheimer of its day, if you will.
That was the original Team Cap, Team Iron Man.
Yeah, but I think as a kid I was just like, oh, Despicable Me is so epic, whatever. And then I was Megamind, it's kind of weird and gross and whatever. I don't like it. But then a couple years ago, a few friends of mine had like a Megamind watch party, as you do as adult people, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll do that.
Classic college students.
And I was surprised by like how funny it is and sort of how heartfelt, and you know, it is
very heartfelt, and it deals in, it very much tackles some emotions, and it's got an underlying level of, I don't know, again, we're not talking Shrek level, but there's an underlying level of kind of self-awareness throughout it that I also very much like.
Yeah, sort of the typical, it's a very typical DreamWorks movie. It has that sort of self-awareness, it has that like, you know, somewhat adult innuendo jokes, and then also like kind of a wholesome message, and I don't know, it's also, and you know, in my defense as a kid of my thought of it, it does also have like a little bit of in a DreamWorks way, not like a gross vibe to it, but you know what I mean, like sort of a little bit, especially if you're a kid who likes like Disney and Pixar, which are kind of quite
it is one of the more kind of grotesque.
I don't know, just something about the DreamWorks face like and all that.
Yeah, I don't know, the fish is a little bit disgusting as well.
Yeah, he is, yeah. The minions were way cuter than the character minion. Boom.
True.
Crazy.
Very good callback there.
Yeah, no, it's fun. The Brad Pitt character, the Superman guy, is pretty fun. A lot of good memes.
You mean Metro Man?
Metro Man?
Turned into Mojo Man?
Wherever you go, the Mojo Man is there. Mojo off, Mojo off.
Mojo off.
I don't know why, but I found it really funny, the recurring joke where like he can't pronounce certain words, like he pronounces Metro City as Metrocity. I also thought that was really funny.
Heavy Michael Scott vibes there. It was very good.
Yeah, and just very well cast as well, like Will Ferrell and Brad Pitt, and and whatnot. They're good in those roles. So I would say, and I'm not trying to like breeze through here, but also another way I am kind of trying to breeze through here because there are a lot of movies. But I would say, you know what? Not an underrated movie because a lot of people love it, but an underrated movie for me personally because I originally didn't like it. Rewatching it later in life, I actually find it to be quite a charming film.
Okay, fair. I'd say it's a good film. I liked it when it came out, and I think I've kind of liked it the same level since. So I'd say a good movie. Definitely not top tier, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, nothing groundbreaking, but you know what is groundbreaking? These two pieces of trivia.
Please.
One of which is real, one of which is fake. The real ones I've gotten from IMDb. The fake ones I've gotten from my brain. So do with that what you will.
Okay.
First one.
I shall.
Instead of voicing his character from within a sound booth, Brad Pitt, who is a very active actor, insisted on using a handheld microphone for his performance and roaming around the studio. Or, option 2.
Little Rango style. I see.
Rango style. Number 2, Will Ferrell was disappointed a sex scene he proposed was cut from the film, with him being quoted on the Academy Awards red carpet as saying, "I wanted to not just tell the story of Megamind, but also his mega schlong."
Megamind 2, The Rise of the Megacock.
See, last week I hinted that my trivia would have something to do with mega penis, but I feel like I twisted it into something. I twisted that mega penis, you know?
You, as you often do, you did twist that mega penis.
Classic BHL moment.
Gosh. Good Lord, I don't know where to begin with this.
Brad Pitt would never wander around the sound booth.
Brad Pitt's the least active man I know. Will Ferrell does love a good sex scene.
Doesn't he just?
I'm gonna have to go with the Will Ferrell one is the truth.
You've been pranked. That one was actually false. I'm sorry, bro. Happens to the best of us. And next up, we move on to a sequel to my favorite DreamWorks film, which had a lot of hype to live up to, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Ooh.
And now this is another one that has grown on me over time because I saw this in the cinema. I feel like this is one of the first cinema experiences that I can remember. I remember I saw it in Nürnberg. It was crazy because I watched Kung Fu Panda like religiously, and then like my parents were like, there's a second one coming out, and I freaked the fuck out. They took me to.
And I passed out and fell into a coma for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they took me to a hospital, and that's the story of how 2010 went for me. But
Lord Shen? No way. He's being brought to the big screen?
And I will say, as a kid, just there was not a single chance in hell it could live up to my expectations, because the first one is like my favorite movie of all time at that point. And so I was disappointed, but rewatching it years later, it's fucking great. It's a really fucking great movie, honestly.
It's so good. I agree the first one is maybe slightly better, but this one, I was not disappointed whatsoever. I love the villain in this.
Yes, Gary Oldman as Lord Shen might even surpass Tai Lung, and I love Tai Lung.
And Tai Lung's great, but I don't know. There's just because also they're two very very different villains. Like one's actually just big brawn and knows all the kung fu, but then this guy's just like he's devious. He's kind of slimy
psychotic
and slippery. Yeah,
and he's also sort of like insecure in sort of a funny way that they play off for jokes sometimes. I do think, even though I do like the first one more, which maybe nostalgia has to do with it, but also I think the first one might be like a little bit funnier maybe, but I think in every other respect
could be,
it does carry on everything that first film does well, like, and maybe even improve on some areas. Like it does what a sequel should, you know what I mean? It like builds on the characters a bit. It builds on like the visuals, the action is at times a little bit crazier. I think the message is also great about like inner peace and acceptance.
There's a lot more emotion in this one as well. I think.
Yeah,
the first one is kind of like obviously there's emotion in the first one. Finding your purpose, finding your true self, and everything like that.
There is no secret ingredient.
There is.
You're a panda. He's a panda.
What are you gonna sit on me?
You're bluffing. You're bluffing. It's been a while since we hit those.
God, you're bluffing. You're bluffing.
Shifu didn't teach you that. Sorry, we could do this literally. I could literally quote that movie back to back to front.
It's so good.
But
this one, it's very sad in times. Like the first one, I don't think is sad at any point really, and this one's just like it gets a little bit, it gets you in the feels because it's also like kind of a dark backstory, like the pandas being hunted down and everything.
Yeah, and when that scene where he goes to the the like old sheep woman, and she like teaches him, you know, how to sort of not live with guilt and accept, you know, fate and find inner peace. And the way they set up the inner peace thing, and then it comes in at the end and he stops the fucking fireball. I just think that's an amazing scene. And
it's awesome.
Yeah, kind of got me a little bit. Yeah, when I like no part in the first Kung Fu Panda from memory really like sort of, you know, gets the possible waterworks going too much. But in this one, there was that moment I'm kind of a little tear, you know, welled up a little. So yeah. And it's still very fun. You know, yeah, it's. I don't know. It is a really good sequel, and it builds on the world too. Like you got the Master
it builds on the world,
Master Rhino, and whatnot,
and the dead Master Rhino and Master Ox,
goat,
goated. I also love when I don't know. I think the kind of obviously there's not really any henchmen in the first one, but like the wolf henchman in this one, also kind of cool. I remember I had the Kung Fu Panda Nintendo Switch game.
No way.
Or Nintendo 3DS game.
Bro, I was literally about to say, I loved the DS game.
The DS game with the wolves as the henchmen.
Yes,
and stuff?
the wolves.
So good.
Because I also remember, and I don't know, I probably am totally wrong about this, but I feel like that game came out before the movie came out. Because I remember playing it.
I think it did.
And so
I remember playing it like
at the wolf.
Quite early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wait,
what are they doing?
Do you remember
they know what's happening?
The giant gorilla in that game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, those things scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Oh my god, I can't believe we had this mutual experience. Fuck. Yeah, man. When those gorillas came out, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? How do I get out of this? Oh my god.
Threw my DS out the window. No, honestly, that game was so
fucking good. Awesome, man. Yeah. I fucking love that game. Well, yeah, Kung Fu Panda 2, big banger.
Huge banger. Can I just also,
please.
The way they kind of, I don't know, build on the relationship between Po and, what is her name? The tiger.
Tigress.
Is it just Tigress? Yeah. Po and Tigress.
Yeah.
So good.
All the characters have like a nice dynamic. And also, is this one where like his Mr. Ping is like, he says something about like,
the end.
I'm your dad, or I still love you, or something like that.
No, it's like at the end, because like, you know, like Po's like, where did I come from? And Mr. Peng, you know, tells the backstory, and then he starts worrying that Po's gonna find someone else.
Yeah.
And then he comes back. I think this is the part that got me the most. Is when he comes back after the whole thing. He's like, Mr. Peng's like, so did you find out who you really, really are? And he's like, I did. I'm your son. God, did I weep?
That gets me a little bit. Yes. God, what a movie. Good movie.
Great movie.
Trivia.
You know, miles better than. I was going to say Mega Schlong, but...
I mean, that's impossible. Mega Schlong is good. Trivia 1. The boss wolf was initially going to be a crow, but the filmmakers decided that with Lord Shen being a bird, one antagonist bird was enough. Or 2. I should maybe switch the order of these sometime. Or 2. The original cut of the film ended with Po not having learned how to master inner peace, and as a result being decimated by the fireball in extremely graphic detail, with so much blood exploding from his panda body that it warranted an NC-17 rating.
Oh my god. Imagine Lord Shen doing his classic fight, and Po's just obliterated.
It just fucking shatters him. So much blood on the screen.
God, that's awful. That's terrible.
I'm sorry to put that image out there.
Imagine Po's like, earpiece. Arm is just blasted off.
His fucking leg flies
like,
to the side.
Into like where the wild things are style. Remember that? Fucking arms just ripped from the body.
Shifu just catches his fucking torso.
His huge obliterated panda body creates a tsunami, drowning all.
The end?
Kung Fu Panda 3 will not return?
Yeah. Oh, man.
See, I thought you were pulling a sneaky one here, because I was like, we just had this thing about the wolves in the game, so it doesn't make much sense to me that they'd make a crow another main henchman, but interesting.
There'd be too many birds, I guess.
Here be too many birds.
Yeah, direct quote from someone, I guess. Jack Black, maybe.
Sounds like something Barbossa would say.
Next up, we have what I would call, I mean, I'll be honest. We have quite a stretch here of just mid. But
Ooh.
we have the first Puss in Boots movie, which is.
Are you saying that's mid?
I say it's mid. It's not bad, but it's especially compared to the absolute kino we got later. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, I will admit, second Puss in Boots, better. Not much better though, I'd say. First Puss in Boots, such a good movie. Okay, would you say that Shrek 4 is better than the first Puss in Boots?
I would say they're about the same level of quality. Actually, those are on the same level.
Insane take.
Not fucking cool. Not groovy.
Not groovy, JD. Not groovy at all. Oh, we need to bring all the quotes back for the end.
Yeah, it's the last couple episodes. We gotta bring all the references back. I don't know. It's good. It's fun.
I'd say it rivals the greatness of Shrek 3.
Okay, you know what? We can agree on that. I do think Shrek 4,
Fuck
Shrek
you,
3,
don't
and
say
Puss
that-
in Boots
don't say
belong
that way.
in a similar tier.
God, you're feeding your own delusions.
I mean, because Puss in Boots was always, my favorite character in Shrek 2, and so, I thought it was cool. It's cool to see him have his adventure. He has a fun enough dynamic with Kitty Softpaws, I guess.
Kitty Softpaws, fun enough. That's true love right there.
Humpty Dumpty is an ite villain.
Humpty Dumpty's
but
Humpty Dumpty is a little bit gross sometimes.
a little bit, and he does make a "don't drop the soap in prison" joke or something. I don't know if you remember that part. And then that cat comes up and goes,
Oh yeah, I do.
Classic bit. I don't know. It's kind of just it's
classic innuendo.
It's not it's not bad. It's not unfunny. It's just not. I can't really remember laughing that much or being that interested. It's kind of that was a movie.
Okay, so you say this one's mid, right? I'm just trying to gauge where exactly on the mid scale we are in your head here. Do you prefer this one over Megamind?
No, I prefer Megamind. Megamind's not mid. Megamind's good. Or better than good. Amazing.
Crazy takes here. Brownie time.
Yeah, I thought you were rolling a cigarette or something. You're like, fucking hell. This fucking guy.
Got my cigar out. For this shit.
Also, I'm sorry. What especially in your little green cape right now? What a small boy moment. You just look away for a bit and you just come back. Brownie time. Obvious ADHD. Anyway, I feel like that brownie time.
Little boy moment.
I feel like you have a lot of little boy moments. It's most of what you have.
I feel like that'd be my rap name. Little boy moment.
Okay, that I think would be conflated with something else, and I don't think you want to label yourself as that.
No,
that's very the same energy of Michael Scott making his dating profile "Lil Kid Lover." Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy, Little Boy Moment. You stare into everyone's eyes. The police tackle you immediately. They say it's brownie time. Anyway, with all that said, we're now going to go to the trivia for Puss in Boots. Number one, unlike the Shrek films, which were in production for only 3 years, except for the first, which was in production for 4.5 to 5 years, Puss in Boots 2011 was in production for 7.5 years. This film entered development in 2004, just after the release of Shrek 2, 2004. Or Antonio Banderas vehemently pushed for this film to be live action, as he has actually spent many of his millions on making various Puss in Boots themed furry suits.
God, I can so imagine that.
Right, that seems like a Banderas moment.
Fear me, if you dare.
Just has his dick out in it as well.
His furry suit is just him naked.
Fear my penis.
With cock.
Cock in hand. God. So, which of those do you think was true or false?
God, I want the last one to be false, but I know it's true. So let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that is false. But
damn it.
Next up, we have Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
Ooh.
Which I feel like is another one where I'm going to say it's mid and you're going to be like, bro, this is fucking cinema. What are you talking about? But...
Okay, I would...
That's like my Freddy impression.
Bro, this is fucking... Bro, why are you disrespecting the Kino?
Why are you talking about my goat Marty like that?
This is definitely, for me, the least good of the three.
I agree.
Big rhyme there, first of all. But at the same time, I think it's got... Because it's just, it's so different from the other two, I think. It, like, vamps up the silliness and the, whatever is happening. But at the same time, if you're not looking for what the previous two movies did, and you're just kind of seeing this movie for what it is, I think it kind of works. It's got, a wholesome message. A tiger goes through a tiny little, like, Prince Albert ring. It's very nice.
He does. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think it's not on the level of the first two, and especially having rewatched Madagascar 1 recently, it's like, that's a fucking hilarious movie.
Yeah.
And it's not on that level, but I think as, like, a just silly kids film, there are definitely worse things you could show your kid. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It has... I mean, this is weird to say for Madagascar because they've always been pretty hijink heavy, but they do ramp up the hijinks to like an 11 in this one. They have that like French Interpol police woman who's...
Yeah, I won't lie, I didn't really like her.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to recapture the magic of the old lady in Grand Central Station from the first film, and it's not the same. I don't know, it's good they have the dut circus afro thing, I was about to do the whole thing,
afro.
but... That was some viral marketing. That was pretty good.
Come on, let's hear it.
No,
let's see it.
Absolutely not.
Nah, bro.
100% no.
I will say highlight of the movie is when they're doing the big performance and they put on Katy Perry Firework.
Oh.
I don't know. That is a good scene. Like the tiger kind of puts the staff in and just like everything starts going neon and It's
oh
yeah,
cool yeah. I did not know what scene you're referring to, but now. You've described it so viscerally. That is a not a bad scene, actually. Yeah,
not a bad scene.
It's fine. It is what it is.
It's good. I wouldn't say it's mid. I'd say it's good.
I'd say it's mid, but agree to disagree. Trivia 1. As of 2019, this is the only finale of a film franchise from DreamWorks Animation not to use a montage of clips from the previous installments play through the end credits. Or Trivia 2. As of 2019, this is the only DreamWorks film to feature the characters Alex the Lion, Marty the Zebra, and Melman the Giraffe on screen together.
What?
As of 2019, this is the only DreamWorks film to feature Alex, Marty, and Melman on screen together.
Might be the laziest piece of trivia ever.
This is what I was struggling a little bit with. This is not ideal. To be fair though, the real trivia fucking sucks too. This is the only franchise film not to end with a montage of clips from. How many other fucking DreamWorks franchises were there? There was like only Shrek.
There was one Shrek thing, and that's not even over.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Shrek 5's coming.
Shrek 5 is coming.
Well, I like how that would be the only Madagascar movie.
Yeah. So,
where all four of them are featured.
One of these is provably false, but yeah, we move. Actually, they're both. Well, yeah, I did make that one up. It was great, if you couldn't tell. Next up, we have Rise of the Guardians. Have you seen this?
Is that the one with Jack Frost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Kind of mid. I really don't have much to say about it. I remember I liked it, but like I couldn't tell you a single thing that happens in it.
Yeah, like I think I watched it the first time on a plane, and there's something about watching movies on planes. It's a good time. So I liked Jack Frost, but otherwise, I don't remember much from it.
I will say I disagree with you vehemently on watching films on a plane as a vibe. I hate watching films on a plane.
Really?
It ruins the film.
Really? Like when the TV's like in the seat?
Yeah, I hate it. Well, no, when the TV is like in my ass. Yes, when the TV is in the seat.
I don't know if you meant like you just watch it on your phone or something.
No.
The TV's in my ass.
I don't know. It's just like it ruins because forever then it's like a plane movie,
No.
The film SpongeBob the movie Sponge Out of Water will forever be a plane movie for me because I watched it on a
Okay, well, I think it should remain that way.
Anyway, Rise of the Guardians trivia. Number 1. Bunny mentions that Jack Frost caused a blizzard on Easter Sunday of 1968, a reference to an actual event. Or, number 2. Alec Baldwin and Hugh Jackman's characters are actually named after their real-life childhood nicknames, with Jackman's character called Bunnymund and Baldwin's character called North. And I have written here, following this is replacing an Alec Baldwin joke that would be in poor taste.
I was looking for a
there was
angle in which I could.
There was a Baldwin angle in there somewhere, but I thought too soon.
You know, whenever, mate, I don't know. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because I don't know. Us being us, I do love a good Baldwin joke. But the other day I saw a video of him finding out the woman died, and it was not nice.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm glad I took out the Baldwin meme now. But anyway, moving swiftly on.
I could definitely see him being called North.
Right, and Hugh Jackman being called Bunnymund would just be delightful.
Bunnymund. Oh yeah.
But in fact, the first one was true. I hate to say.
Damn.
Next up, we have the Croods. What do you think of the Croods?
That's mid.
That's pretty mid, right?
Yeah, it's pretty mid. Again, I think all DreamWorks movies have, like, in terms of an average kind of standard, I think DreamWorks movies are better than Disney movies. I think there's some, like, genuine Disney stinkers. But I think there's, like, some of the best movies are also Disney. I don't think, at least in the same quantity, I don't think there's many DreamWorks movies where I sit there and, like, that's genuinely, like, a bad movie. I think The Croods is just so kind of whatever, you know?
They do have a lot of mid. I don't know. Ooh, that's a tough debate, because I think DreamWorks has like a couple stinkers and like quite a few mid, and then a lot of really awesome bangers. And I think maybe their bangers might be more interesting to me than Disney's best movies, just like on a personal level. Like I prefer a Kung Fu Panda, a Madagascar to the best.
I would agree.
Of
How
Disney.
to Train Your Dragon, if you will.
Right. But I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, the Croods. Yeah, it falls into that. It's not terrible. It has kind of fun. Nicolas Cage is sort of
some good,
sort of fun,
good wholesome moments.
But
it's just very, I mean, as you'd expect from a caveman movie, but it does feel very caveman-y sometimes. It's a lot of yelling and I don't know, not the most like pleasing thing to sit down and watch.
No, yeah, and also I couldn't really tell you anything that happens in it. Like it was just like that was the Croods. Trivia 1: Clark Duke named Thunk's pet Douglas, which is the first name of his agent. Great trivia. Or Trivia 2: Nicolas Cage mistakenly thought he had signed up for a film called The Nudes, and thusly showed up for his recording sessions completely naked, and continued to do so even after the mistake had been pointed out to him.
Cage, please, put your schlong away.
I signed up for The Nudes?
My schlong will stay. I will do nothing of the sort. I was going to try to do a Nicolas Cage impression, but I can't really come to me. It's the same like a Christopher Walken or a Michael Caine. Do you see Michael Caine retired, by the way?
I did. In fairness,
I'll retire.
It always freaks me out a little.
Sorry. That was a really bad. Wait, let me get my
Michael Caine. Master Wayne.
Master Wayne, I'm going to have to retire now. I always get a little bit scared, though, because whenever they put, Michael Caine at the age of 90, I'm like, he's dead. They're going to say he's died. But then he
could have done anything. It's like Michael Caine made a sandwich, whatever, and you're going to be like, oh, no, he fucking died. That was it.
Yeah.
Michael Caine, age 90, made his last sandwich ever.
That could, that's how I want to be pronounced dead.
Making the last sandwich of all time.
He made his last sandwich.
But yes, the Cage one was false, I'm afraid. We move on to Turbo. Ryan Reynolds is a fast snail.
God,
that's it. That's the whole movie. That
is.
You ever get those movies that are like very like premise movies, where it's like you can just like see the pitch meeting from like, what if there was a snail who wants to go as fast as a race car? And they're like, here you go. Here's $800 billion. Make that. That's what Turbo feels like.
Here's the key to the Pentagon.
Here's the U.S. nuclear force. Go crazy. It's whatever. Who cares? It has some nice visuals at times, I guess, like Turbo racing around with the light You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but again, okay, this is definitely, of the movies we talked about today so far, definitely the most mid.
This is the most mid by far. Also, I do realize
I don't remember much of it.
No, I do realize, by the way, we are speeding through these, but we did spend 20 minutes at the top talking about swarms, and also there are some here that I think we would like to talk a little bit more about. So
Okay, yeah.
for the speed
Like
round.
Turbo, come on.
Turbo, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Trivia. When Turbo's radio is malfunctioning, it plays a song performed by Snoop Dogg, who voiced the character Smooth Move. Or alternatively, Trivia 2, the film Turbo was directed, written, scored, executive produced, and costume designed by Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, a Snoop Dogg song does come on. Snoop Dogg, kind of the GOAT, maybe? I don't know.
What's Snoop Dogg up to these days?
He be doing side quests, you know? It's what he does. He's like the John Cena of Snoops.
Yeah. Does is everyone checking up on him? Is anyone making sure he's okay?
He's doing stuff. He appears on memes.
He's producing the next Turbo, you know that.
Next up, we have How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Ooh.
Which is, you know, again, I think all the How to Train Your Dragon films are going to be like this. Don't really have much connection to. You are a big fan. Although I'm a big fan. Is also a banger. I will say this one's kind of a banger. I do remember.
Yeah, I'd say all three of them are bangers. I think, honestly, and I think I actually I remember liking this one a bit more than the third one, but I remember less about this one.
I remember this one has like the epic final battle scene where they're fighting against that giant dragon, and then his dad dies. Right, that's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking that was pretty cool. And this is the one where he's grown up a bit, and they take on some pirate or some shit. Yeah, I can't really tell you what happens.
Yeah, there's some pirate in it who's got like dreadlocks and is not Jack Sparrow, but
disappointing.
It's yeah. Is this the one? Is this the Bewilderbeast one?
Maybe, possibly. I remember it was good. I remember the music was good. The animation's great.
Yeah, I think this is the Bewilderbeast one. Yeah, music's always great. There's a good heart. Toothless is the cutest boy as always.
It has a more of an epic quality to it than any other DreamWorks films, bar maybe Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's just like I don't know. Obviously there's something epic about dragons flying through the sky and flying on dragons through the sky, and I like that in this movie that the whole human-dragon relationship has been a lot more established and it's just like ingrained in the world. Yeah. I think because in the first one it's a very much we hate the dragons but we learn to love them. But then now we love the dragons and they're part of our life now. Like it kind of opens up for bigger Bewilderbeast-esque things, which I very much enjoy.
It does build on the first film in a way that you would hope a sequel would, and also the world building and so forth. Yeah.
And Hiccup's mom and dad meeting, very cute, singing a shanty together and dancing.
Oh, yeah, it's his mom who's like the weird, crazy person on another dragon. And it's all coming back to me a bit. Yeah. It's good stuff.
A good movie.
Good movie. Trivia 1, Digimon Hansu would often do vocal exercises to prepare for his voice acting. One of these was a loud, terrible scream. Dean DeBloy liked it so much that he decided to use it as Drago's cry to summon his dragons. So Digimon Hansu, I guess, voices the villain in this?
Okay.
Assuming I didn't make this one up. Or...
yeah, kind of giving yourself away there.
This would be very
All the other
elaborate.
ones were super subtle.
Or number 2, because of the missed opportunity of not titling this film How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar Escape to Africa style, multiple DreamWorks executives were taken out behind the DreamWorks lot and shot in the back of the head.
That 100%.
Yeah, I think I saw that news story a couple years ago.
Yeah. Many DreamWorks execs go missing.
Over How to Train Your Dragon 2 title scandal.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 flops due to title.
Title to blame. Bodies found.
Title to blame.
Oh! We're on fire.
Nice.
For legal reasons, I do think I have to say I made that one up. They don't murder their employees at DreamWorks.
And in case they do, you've just become the biggest whistleblower.
Yeah, that would be, I don't know, kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate if they murdered their employees.
Be a bit of a hiccup in their management plan.
It wouldn't be super on, I guess. Then we have Penguins of Madagascar, which I've not seen, but for all intents and purposes, probably
I've not
fine.
seen either.
We have Home, which
Yeah.
looks like the most mid piece of
Home.
mid that I've ever seen. You had
Is that an alien movie?
Yeah, it's the alien movie. I think there was a girl you dated who really loved it. Back in the day. So
Back in the day.
But it looks mid. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've not seen it.
Yeah. Well, then one we have seen, and I hate to say the mid train continues, but Kung Fu Panda 3. It's not mid, but in comparison,
I definitely not say mid.
it's not mid, but in comparison to 1 and 2,
I can see where your wrath comes from.
it's a huge step down. It really is.
It's a step down.
It lacks the same level of heart and epic quality that those first two films has. I think what makes those first two films special is the blend of, like, it is silly Jack Black, Panda, oh, he's funny, he's fat, kind of joke, but it's, like, blended with this, like, beautiful animation, these epic action scenes, and, like, really, like, nice messages. And this one, it just feels like it skews way heavier on, oh, pandas are fat and they fell over.
And they roll around. And
it's sort of like,
okay,
it loses kind of the essence of what makes those films, what puts them above the average DreamWorks schlock.
exactly. And and also, the fact that Poe, you didn't see many other pandas. You're a panda. You're a panda. What are you gonna do? Sit on me? I don't know. There's something about, he's a bit unique, and the fact that there's suddenly so many pandas out of nowhere, and they emphasize the fat panda stuff so much, it takes away a lot, as you say. And again, I don't know if this is a terrible thing to say, maybe, but I kind of wish that his family had died and it was just him,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If you get what I mean?
Sounds bad.
He's had the inner peace. It sounds bad, but, like, I think it would just be a bit better. Because now, the next one, they can't just leave all the pandas out of it, even though they definitely should.
Yeah, it was, like, part of his character, like, him coming to terms with that and not feeling, like, guilt and not feeling, I don't know, accepting the past, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it, like, he still did accept it, and so it's fine, like, it's not like it ruins the arc, but, yeah, in a way, I don't know, I agree, I would have maybe preferred he doesn't, because then it plays up that theme from the last film, like, Mr. Ping is worried that he's going to find a new dad, but it's, like, that's basically the whole story. It goes from, like, a subplot to, like, the entire plot is, like, you're getting along better with...
I'm definitely team Mr. Ping. I don't know about you.
Mr. Ping is the GOAT, man. Bryan Cranston, Panda Dad, is whatever,
Yeah.
I do like the villain.
Who voices Mr. Ping?
I can't remember, but he's a pretty famous actor. He's in Everything Everywhere All at Once. James Hong, I think, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
But I do like, there's some kind of cool action scenes. I like the villain, Kai. He has more of that kind of epic quality. I love his theme.
Yeah. Kai is, the theme, and, definitely a cool villain. Again, I'd say probably third best villain out of 3.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But
still pretty
that's
good.
just because the other 2 villains have been insanely good, not because he's bad. I think he definitely is one of the best things about this movie.
Yeah, the Shadow Realm or the Spirit Realm, I don't know. I kind of get it for, like, it's a big finale. You have to up the stakes again, but it didn't really care that much when he has, like, a big spirit dragon at the end, and, like, it's kind of cool to see Oogway again. But I don't know. There was sort of
seeing Oogway was kind of dope, but
kind of saved the whole movie for me. But nothing ever really hit me that hard. You know what I mean? I was just kind of like, it felt, you know how they do these movies, like, where it's like, especially with kids movies, like Despicable Me 3, where it's like, fuck, what do we do? We need another one. Gru has a twin brother, and he's blonde, and he's weird, or whatever. It kind of feels a little bit like that, where they're like, what do we do? Okay, I guess, what if there's a bunch of pandas, and then they all roll around, and they do kung fu, and, like, it's like, it kind of feels like it was a little bit of a forced out one, in my humble
I'll say the only, in defense of it, I guess, they're kind of forced to up the stakes because Poe has pretty much become, for lack of a better word, him in the last 2 movies. He's kind of the GOAT. He's, he can literally, take fiery cannonballs and just shoot them back at people. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think there's much that would really hurt him unless they got into the kind of, like, super extremely silly stuff. Now, that doesn't excuse all the panda bullshit in this movie, but I'm just saying, Spirit Realm, maybe.
Fair. Trivia. Number 1, Kai's green eyes are in accordance with the Chinese legends of green eyes being synonymous with evil. Or number 2, to get into character, J.K. Simmons murdered, cut open, and slept inside a bowl, the Revenant style, every day of production.
Every day?
Every single day.
Did he kill a new bull every single day?
There were just 180 of them or some shit. I don't know. I don't actually know how long it takes to make an animated film, but
that's commitment.
Yeah. Actually, those go on. Those been in production for like years. So that's like 1,000.
Yeah, but surely the voice acting is
no, but it was every day of production. If this is true, So
it's
even when
not
he
just
wasn't
his voice acting,
from the moment it was
even after his lines were done, when they were done with him.
Yeah, he didn't even know that he was playing a bull when he first started doing it. So which one of those do you think is true or false?
I would like to say the bull one is true, but there's something about the first one that I'm gonna have to say it might be that one.
You are correct, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
I've been outwitted. Next up, we have. I do think we do gotta kind of breeze through these a little bit. But next up, we have Trolls. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't think I've seen that. No.
It's pretty mid. It has some kind of fun.
Seems like it would be
colorful moments. Like kids will like it, but it's. I don't know. It's not. The animation style is interesting. It has like some cool visuals, and it's animated a bit differently. Like they look kind of like, I don't know, fuzzy felt sort of things. I don't know. That there's some cool creatures and stuff, but in general, it's it's kind of whatever. There's also a really funny part where I'm sure you've seen this like just clip out of context where they're like get a big emotional beat, and he's like singing killed my grandma, and it's really cringe. Have you seen that?
I don't think I have seen that.
It's one of the most unintentionally funny moments in a film. But trivia, true, the fanny packs worn by the Bergens are a callback to the style worn in the 80s and 90s when Trolls were at their height of popularity. Or, also, did I say true at the start of that? I meant to say
you did. True. Yeah, you did.
That's my bad. I like how I had to label these true and false in case I forgot which one I made up.
In case you forgot which one of these insane ones was the truth.
And the finale was originally going to be Justin Timberlake performing his most iconic song, Dick in a Box. Which, by the way, on that note, I would like to announce my Halloween costume this year is going to be Dick in a Box with one of my friends. Although we did note that at the end of that music video, they do get arrested for walking around with the dick in the box. So I don't really know how the
you gotta stay true to the character.
That's true, yeah. So if that happens, it's just part of the meme.
Have you seen, again, not that you would have at all, because you're a loving Christian man, but you could also put a twist on it. Dick in a pumpkin porno style.
Right. I don't know what that would be in reference to, but the way you describe it makes it sound absolutely delightful. But yes, the fanny packs one was the true one. We have the Boss Baby. Haven't seen it. Don't plan to.
Me neither.
Baldwin joke. Here we go. We have Captain Underpants.
Baldwin joke once more.
The first epic movie. Haven't seen it, but I fucking loved the Captain Underpants books when I was a kid, so I kind of should check it out. We have How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World.
Okay. A good movie.
A solid movie.
Hiccup's got a beard at the end and shit.
He does. Cool. It's a pretty cool evolution.
Yeah, I think this is probably my least favorite of the three. Still pretty good, but yeah, I don't know. I don't love the female Toothless. I also find it kind of silly how the whole point of, Toothless and Hiccup's kind of partnership and friendship and love for each other is the fact that they're kind of, he's kind of useless as a human, and Toothless can't fly around, in terms of fighting at least.
He's kind of useless as a human.
Very hard. Very harsh, I realized.
Kind of a big lump of shit, I guess.
Gangly mess, if you will. And Toothless, needs him to fly around and be free, right? That's the kind of, the symbiotic relationship they've built. And then at the end, he's like, you want to go with your girlfriend? Let me just completely fix your tail and you're good to go. It's like, I thought, what? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember it specifically, but I do remember you saying it did fuck with the lore a little bit in a way that you didn't appreciate. The canon.
And I don't know. I didn't love it. Villain in this one is also
kind of mid. Yeah,
not the greatest. I don't know. It's the first one is definitely the first one definitely reigns supreme, but at the same time, there's some good visuals. There's There's a very, very cute ending as well, where Hiccup shows up later, like years later, with his kids, and then they reunite and stuff. Very cute.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a shout out, just like sequel that like we have to make it, but it doesn't have the same sort of excitement or energy or memorableness of the first one, or even the second one. I'd say. Trivia. Number 1, Justin Ruppel replaced T.J. Miller as the voice of Tough Nut Thorsten after TJ's destructive behavior made headlines in mid-2018. Or, Trivia 2, in an unprecedented move by the studio, they decided to cast TJ Miller in every single role for maximum shock factor.
That certainly would add to the shock factor.
Wouldn't it just? Dreamworks execs are like,
the biggest gamble in Hollywood.
A roll of the fucking dice.
They put it all on red. What they got was I don't know, what do you do?
I don't remember. It just, I mean, the trivia from IMDb, which yes was the true one, just says destructive behavior. So yeah, TJ was not cast in every role. Abominable, haven't seen it. Trolls 2 World Tour, haven't seen it. The Croods, A New Age, aka the Toods, haven't seen it.
The Toods? Yeah,
The Spirit Untamed, the sequel to that fucking terrible shitty horse movie with Matt Damon's a horse or whatever. Fuck you, I hate that movie. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the sequel. I don't know why I have so much rage for that Spirit movie, but The Boss Baby 2 Family Business, have not seen it. Baldwin something. Zing. The Bad Guys, I have seen it.
The Bad Guys.
It was the one that came out last year. It's about the animals who rob banks. And you know what? It's not like...
Sam Rockwell?
It's not like the best movie ever. I think you'd really like it, honestly. And you know what? And I don't know why.
It's kind of a bad movie. I think you'd really enjoy it.
It is really good. It's not like... What I meant was it's not like a Shrek How to Train Your Dragon level. But I think it's the best DreamWorks movie in a while.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff... I mean, I haven't seen it, but it sounds pretty mid. But it's like this group of animals who rob banks, and it's like a very fun, frenetic, sort of self-aware. It's like an Ocean's 11 sort of vibe, and Sam Rockwell's great. It's a fun dynamic with everyone. It sort of falls. It doesn't fall apart, but it kind of gets a little bit. I don't know. It gets a little less interesting the longer it goes. But I think you would genuinely really like it. I feel like also your girlfriend would really like it. Weirdly, just like. I don't know.
Okay.
I get like a vibe. I feel like this is a movie you guys could watch together and you would enjoy. That's all I'm saying. It's fun.
Right.
It is very fun.
I'll add it to the list. I just looking at the pictures here, it kind of looks fun.
It's a fun heist movie. It's got a lot of goofy, funny characters. It's a really good time actually. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Okay.
Trivia 1. The beginning of this film mirrors the beginning of Pulp Fiction, where two characters are sitting opposite one another in a diner having what seems to be a rather idle conversation before revealing that both characters are actually on the verge of launching into a robbery. Ooh. Or, Trivia 2. An unrelated sequel starring Frederick Dalgard Kerr has been commissioned about the brutal depression that follows losing a Frisbee game entitled The Sad Guys. So
You're such an idiot.
The FDK biopic, The Sad Guys.
The Sad Guys. We've got the nice guys, the bad guys, and then starring me, the sad guys.
Sad guys. Yes, but of course it'd be hard to make that film because you lose so few games of Frisbee.
Ah, you dirty dog.
There you go. I know how to flatter you. I'm sorry. No, I know.
You know how to bring me down and then you lift me back up.
Yes. But yeah, good movie though. I would recommend.
Very good movie.
And then the last one here, because I'm assuming you have not seen Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, or Trolls 3. So the last one...
Assume correctly.
that we've actually seen. And we've talked about this one before, but a fucking awesome movie. Way better than it has any right to be. Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish.
So unbelievably awesome.
So fucking good. I was literally listening to the Fearless Hero song from the opening earlier today. Like...
Who is your favorite fearless hero?
I think we said it when it came out. It doesn't have the same like style of comedy, I guess, as like a Shrek, but it's still funny, and it has, again, like some of these movies have, just like so weird for DreamWorks, which is usually so goofy. It has like a weirdly, really fucking epic, that finale, that showdown with Death. The finale
is so cool.
When he's like, what does he say? He's like, I'm done running or something, and then he picks up the sword, and like, I kind of want to be...
is one of the coolest villains as well. Like, yeah, all the villains in this, like the three bears and what's her face? Goldilocks? Is that
Goldilocks? Yeah.
Goldilocks, they're good, like, kind of side villains, but then they also got, like, their own wholesome thing going on. Jack Horner, delightful.
Yes.
Really like it.
I don't know. It's fun. It's got like a great pace to it. I don't know. It's unrelated to the first one, but it builds on the characters in a way that like the first one didn't really do. You learn a bit more about, for a kids movie, you learn more about Puss in Boots, and the fact that you know what I fucking love, and this is like something that is some movies just don't really get, and when they get it right, it's fucking awesome. When you stack a character up against like a villain who really seems sort of like unbeatable. Because, especially for a kids' movie, because of course Puss in Boots is going to win.
They're going
to
triumph.
Movie. But like he actually, they make the character of death so sort of like terrifying. You see like for Puss in Boots, you see like the effect it has on him. And then to see him, I can't believe I'm like rambling, like this is the fucking greatest film ever. But it kind of is though.
Go on.
Then to see him actually like overcome that in the end, it's actually like so satisfying. And I think
it's so satisfying and epic.
And I think that's a great like thing for filmmakers of kids movies because fucking the character of death is like, if I was a kid, I would be so scared of that villain. But that like, totally not scared of him now at all. But like that, like
totally didn't piss myself every time I watch this movie.
The fact that then he overcomes that at the end makes it even better for a kid. If a kid is terrified of that villain, to see Puss in Boots overcome that, it's like makes it even more triumphant. Makes them think they can conquer their fears, kind of thing. And like, I don't know, man. And the action's amazing. It has this like amazing animation style. Fuck, man. What an amazing movie, honestly.
So good. Jenny just top tier. Also just the set, like the set pieces, like the traveling through that weird like land with the map and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, as we already said, like it kind of, you can tell it's in the Shrek world, and one of the things that I love about the Shrek universe is that it takes all these different things, like known like kind of fairy tales or folklore and all these like little gadgets and trinkets and stuff like that, and just like incorporates it into the world. Like all like Jack Horner's collectibles and stuff, having that included as like just a side thing is always is so fun to watch. Yeah. And the fact that they keep that up, I'm just like, yes, because there wasn't much of that in the first Puss in Boots movie. Actually talking about this movie now after we talked about the previous one, I will say this one is miles better.
Come on. Yes. Thank you.
It is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. As if I made it or something. But yeah, great film. Trivia 1. In the fight with the giant, during the sweeping crowd shot, one can find the wolf in a shadowed alleyway when the townspeople are doing the wave. Or, option 2, the original title of this film was Puss in Boots 2, Puss It to the Limit, but it tested negatively with audiences. I was struggling with this one as well.
Puss in Boots 2, Puss It to the Limit. That's weirdly great.
Can I just say the first one is true, and I went back and watched that scene, and you can see the wolf hiding in the alleyway, which is fucking kind of really cool.
I'm gonna go back and watch that afterwards.
When they do the wave, it's crazy. But yeah, there we go. Also, I'm sorry that I'm speaking this long, but I do have to dip to a class, so we do kind of have to go for it. But those were the Dreamworks movies ranked, the end of the saga. I mean, we haven't ranked them. How about this? Because we don't really have much time to go through this right now. I will contact you later, and we will make a ranking that I will put in the description. Or at the very least, like a top 5 best, top 5 worst.
Okay,
and
that sounds good.
So
I will contact you later. I will page you.
So we stick true to the title. If you want to know our Dreamworks top 5 of all time, not just of this video, because we did the kind of video and then all time and top 5 worst, they will be in the description of this podcast. Check it out. Mm-hmm. We now move on to
the Cnews.
We have here an article from The Guardian, which says, Mission Impossible? Tom Cruise's film crew are lined up to make Rick Astley look cool.
What?
So
wait, is that a dig on Rick Astley?
I think so, which is not warranted. Rick Astley, coolest man.
It's kind of cool.
As Hollywood strikes drag on, the actor has loaned his team to Astley, who's making a music video. We can only hope the singer makes the most of it. So I'll be honest, when I saw this headline, I was thinking Tom Cruise is going to play Rick Astley in a movie.
I thought Rick Astley was going to join Tom Cruise's movie.
I thought Rick Astley and Tom Cruise were going to kiss passionately, unrelated to the film. I thought it was going to be
a heist movie, but it was actually a heist of Rick Astley's bussy.
But apparently it's none of those things. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but from what I'm gathering, Tom Cruise has sent out like his best boys, his bros, to help out Rick Astley make a music video or something. Cool.
God, I would never want to meet Tom Cruise's best boys.
Yeah, they fuck shit up, honestly.
Yeah, that is they just leave devastation in their wake.
But yeah, that is the Cnews for this week. And we go now to the announcements and such. The comments in the latest pod. Let us see. Oof. Alfeld says, since you did another Characters We Can Beat Up episode, perhaps you can do another Dreamworks ranking video. I think they're some of the funniest episodes you guys have done. Well, here you go, Alfeld. Hope you enjoy.
There you go.
Josie says, I probably should have been surprised that the pod is ending soon, but honestly I saw it coming, especially since the main channel ended. I will save my goodbyes for 200 and 201, but this was fun. Honestly inspired me to make a podcast of my own. Again, I'll save my goodbyes for the last 2 eps. Right now, I'll just say this. Hashtag the end of the bussy is near. Hashtag alternate title for this episode is old people we can beat up. Hashtag play the anime intro. You better cue it soon. Hashtag the poorly planned podcast. What a legend. Also, yes, I enjoyed that Croatia story. Well, there you go. You know what? Perhaps next episode, there might be something for all you fans of that anime intro. Yeah. Who's to say?
Ooh. Exciting.
ZJ says, another hilarious episode. Really, really gonna miss this pod when it ends. Hashtag FDK and BHL pushed old Croatian woman. Hashtag the bussy end game is near. Hashtag depressed bussy. It's gonna be an emotional comment section on the last one, but hey, we move. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the episode. Shelf Enthusiast says, I said a lot of this already in BHL's goodbye video, but I just want to give my thanks and appreciation for all your guys' content. It's been one of my most comforting experiences in my teenage years, which honestly makes it kind of ironic that it's ending the year I turned 20. I've been watching y'all's content since I was 13. Absolutely wild. That's crazy. Fucking hell. We've been doing this for 7 years.
That's all your teenage years.
That's wild. I've made many friends through you guys. Speaking of which, I will still keep in touch with Teen Movie Geek, who has now graduated to Adult Movie Geek. Crazy. And this was the first podcast I was ever able to get really into. Even when I stopped listening back in around 2020, I still often made references and jokes relating to previous episodes, which confused a lot of friends and family. But coming back this year and finding that I still find the pod to be hilarious just shows the longevity you guys have had on this channel, or maybe my sense of humor is just broken. Nonetheless, congrats on 6 years of fun, laughs, and Cnews. I normally don't like being this sappy about content creators I enjoy just because you don't know me, but considering the amount of friends I've made because of the channel, as well as the BHL Hudson channel, it felt appropriate here. So thank you guys, and it's okay to admit that the real reason you're ending the pod is because of all the bussy comments. Hashtag BHL never dies, hashtag FDK never dies, hashtag poorly planned never dies, hashtag bussy never dies. Wow. And
God,
probably should have saved all this for pod 201, but fuck it. Wow. Well, Shelf Enthusiast, that was a beautiful comment.
Truly sweet, wholesome, delightful comment.
Thank you. Yeah.
He has found out the truth, though, as to
the bussy comments have canceled the show, but yeah, thank you. That honestly means a lot, and we'll get all sappy in the future, but
we'll get sappy.
But thank you. That means a ton, and that's crazy also. And to hear people like made friends through the via the pod.
What's up with that?
Crazy, man. Yeah. Getting too into it here. Getting a little choked up. Sean Grant says, the end of the Poorly Planned podcast for reals this time. Yeah, that's crazy. We did title that video that back in the day. Now, but for real, it's so weird to think that after episode 29, you guys released a video talking about how the show would go on hiatus for a bit, which made me wonder if the show would continue. I was really pleased when you guys came back properly in 2020 and continued to release great episodes. What amazed me was that your episodes continued to improve from what came before, which I didn't think was possible after the hilarity that was episode 19, with your Tom Cruise movies episode making me laugh hysterically. I honestly thought you guys would do a Mads Mikkelsen movies episode at some point. Lol.
Mads Mikkelsen.
That is a missed opportunity. That will go down in history as an L on our part.
That will.
Although after...
Who knows? 40 years' time, maybe.
Who knows? Although after all of this, the thing that I'm saddest about with you guys leaving is that we'll never see the return of the genius gag, slightly seductive Santa, LMAO. Hope you both enjoy retirement. Well, you know what? There might be a Christmas episode, possibly, in the final run here.
Who knows what could happen?
Who knows if a certain type of Santa could return? We'll have to wait and see. Connor Beer says, not even 10 minutes in and I'm already crying for real. Seriously, though, this is the best podcast on YouTube, Connor. And it's sad to see it go, but you can't fault the lads for wanting to watch out for themselves. Hashtag bussy sniffles. I don't know about that hashtag, but a sweet sentiment besides that. Man, yeah.
You were looking like genuine, just kind of like, oh, you know, like melancholy, happy, sad, and then just
hashtag pussy sniffles. A horrible sickness that infects people.
Sorry, sir, you got a case of the pussy sniffles.
But no, thank you, Cotter. I appreciate the kind comment. Anson says, yeah, you guys wouldn't stand a chance against Wally. Dude literally has a laser built into his head that can shred metal just as effectively as a lightsaber. If he's going for the kill, y'all are basically screwed in seconds. Oh, and I have so many thoughts about the end of the pod, but I too will save that all for later. So there you go. Yeah, Wally would fuck us up, I've realized.
Yeah. But we said he would, right?
I think we did, yeah. For unrelated reasons,
Okay.
I think because we said he's fast or something.
He's pretty sturdy.
NMS says, this was definitely an episode of a podcast that is definitely ending in the future. Hashtag Big Willie Style Award. Hashtag Brenton Thwaites is history. Sorry, Brenton Thwaites history. Not Brenton Thwaites is history.
Brenton Thwaites is history.
That would be kind of a morbid comment, but yeah. Oh man, it's getting morbid in these comments, you know. This is a I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
But also we're keeping it
good.
light. Hashtag Brenton Thwaites history, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaden says, the end of the Poorly Planned podcast in BHL Hudson truly feels surreal for me. I watched my first BHL video, the first MCU chronology, when I was 10 years old, and have stuck with the channel ever since, which is insane, as I'm now completing my first year of university. God, that is fucking crazy. I can't get over these comments.
That is insane.
That's fucking blows my mind, man. I usually lose interest for most channels after 2 to 3 years, but this channel and BHL were two of the few channels who genuinely had me excited for uploads. I just want to say thank you both for the laughs and for genuinely bringing me lots of happiness over the course of my young adult life. All good things must come to an end, and so even though it brings me much sadness, I'm also excited to see how the pod concludes. I wish you both the best with the rest of college, and also your careers, and also with BHL's nose reduction and Freddy's sweat gland removal surgeries. Hashtag one last bussy. Hashtag the final bus down. Hashtag next stop bus station. Hashtag not a joke. Hashtag Tom Cnews is dead. Hashtag I'ma miss this podcast. Hashtag BHL and Freddy. What legends. Oh. Man. What a... Jaden. Thank you. What a comment. Fuck man. God, I think I might actually cry in the last episode. This would be so embarrassing.
No, I might join you for that.
Man.
But
we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll figure it out.
We got months ahead of us. Okay.
Jesus.
Also, hashtag not a joke. I feel like that's a twist on hashtag what a joke, which we also have to bring back for old time's sake. Liam says, another great episode from the lads. Jesus, excuse me. Another great episode from the lads. Gonna miss this sad face. Hashtag BHL hates old people. Hashtag my father was a pastor. Hashtag I heart pussy. Man.
A classic.
Daniel says, another really great and enjoyable episode. Keep up the Freddy Krueger-esque work. The characters we can beat up pods are some of my favorites, so it's great to see the 6 and possibly last episodes of this topic. And what a banger to end on. Possibly my favorite of the 6. I was dying of laughter at many points. Ooh. Thank you, Daniel. And the fact that the pod is coming to an end is a sad thing to hear, but all good things must come to an end eventually, and I'd rather it end than it still be around, but half-assed. And a question that goes with this episode, could you and Freddy beat Jake Paul in a 10-round boxing match? You've said he's not that good at boxing, so could you beat him? Hashtag BHL is a stalker. What the fuck? Hashtag Freddy is the next Oppenheimer. Hashtag Freddy is the OG Freddy. Hashtag Wally is a killing machine. Hashtag my father's always a pastor. ... Fallon bussy. Just even somehow more disturbing at the end there. But thank you for the comment, Daniel. And could we beat Jake Paul? I think the two of us in a boxing match against him. Yes, I think we'd beat him up. That's 2 against 1. Individually, no. He would obviously beat us in a boxing match. Yeah, but that doesn't mean. That being said, the standard of being a good boxer is not can you beat BHL Hudson and FDK Gaming in a boxing match. I would just like to clarify that. Well, actually, I mean, we are kind of goats. And finally, the Poorly Planned Podcast clip says, I can't believe there's only about 6 episodes left of this podcast. It will truly be missed. But like the great Doctor Strange once said, we're in the end game now. Hashtag Freddy is the fucking goat. Damn, man. God, look at that.
What a weirdly epic comment.
Man, I feel like we're about to go into battle with all the comments that are all these kind of comments. But yeah, man. Yeah. Crazy stuff. God. I don't even...
Okay. Yeah.
Shake it off. We move.
We're going to get into it.
We will get into it.
Final episode. We're going to get mushy.
That being said, I appreciate the, all the nice comments, and then also the kind of, there's a sort of a level of maturity where everyone's like, all good things must come to an end. You know what I mean? Everyone's quite a quite philosophical with it,
I was
you know?
expecting death threats.
yeah, everyone's kind of... Because I was thinking about,
Apart from the ... Fallon bush, I think...
Which is, the ultimate threat. Let's see. On the fan page, there's nothing on the fan page. That's all right. Kian did send a nice message about the pod ending, and we move. We got to get out of here. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did,
I gotta go.
Drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment down below what you thought of this episode and the Dreamworks movies, and you can find a ranking of the top 5 and top 5 worst in the description. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, BHL_Hudson, Letterboxd, Real BHL Hudson. You can email the pod at BHLHudsonVids, at gmail.com.
You can find me on X/Twitter at FTK_DaltonSniper. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard. You can find me on Letterboxd at FTK_Thwilms and on YouTube at FTK Space Gaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Little boy moment.
God.